I would like to share with you a practice that we do in the Austin Shamanic community that's a kind of group healing. And it's a good and powerful way of bringing healing practice into your community. And it combines energy healing and a form of shamanic healing and also the shamanic journey together. And as you practice it with your community, with your family even, you might find that it is both entertaining and powerful in terms of healing. I want to refer you to a couple of other videos. One of them is the Shamanic Journey video that I've done before, and also the Three Worlds video that I've done. There's also one on healing that you might find interesting. And so this kind of combines all three of them together in a very practical way. So in the beginning of these group circles, what we do is we talk a little bit about what healing is about from a shamanic perspective. That healing is about balance. It is about, if you are in balance, then you're good to go. You're in a really good state. But if you're out of balance in any part of your life, out of balance in body, out of balance in mind, out of balance in your family, and so on, then you can be thought of as being ill at ease. And so the effort of healing in a shamanic context is to identify where you are out of balance and to bring you back into balance. That's an important thing. Also important in group healing is a recognition that people are responsible for their own healing, which means that you are able as an individual to choose whether or not you want to participate in a healing practice. That's important, particularly in this group healing context, because what we allow people to do is to invite in energetically relatives or friends or people that they may know who may be in need of some healing, but they're not allowed to drag people in kicking and screaming into the circle. So let me just talk a little bit about the process, and perhaps you'll see what we mean. In our circle, in the healing circles, we use both bowls and drums. What we found is that the bowls are very good at working with personal healing. It helps to smooth out the energy, and it helps the energy of the individual to just sort of let go of the things that they're holding on to that they don't need anymore, particularly if we start the circle by rattling. And so we'll go around the circle and we rattle everyone as they're lying down on the floor or beginning to sit comfortably in the beginning of the circle process. So we rattle everybody. Then we begin to do some bowling. The bowl that I generally start out with is a C, which is for the root chakra. And during this time, what I do is I guide people through an imagery process in which we create within the room a healing space, which we think of as being golden white energy contained within a sphere. We systematically expand the sphere until it includes the entire room, and then we close it and lock it, and declare that no intrusive energies are allowed inside that bubble during this ritual. Only healers and those in need or desirous of healing are allowed within it. That sets a very safe space in which we can do our work. The bowls then are played for a period of time, and during that time, participants are invited to work on their own energy field or go on their own journey to see what kinds of healing that they need for themselves, and to use the sound and the resonance of the bowl to enhance that healing for themselves. A little later on in that process, then the drums begin. And as we do the drumming, people are invited, as I said earlier, to go out to their families and to their communities and to invite in those who might be needing or desirous of some healing. They are allowed to come in, and if they decide not to, that's fine. It's a matter of choice. I suggest that people might offer the invitation to the individual's higher self with the idea that when they're ready, then they can certainly access the circle again in the future. It's okay. Sometimes it turns out that there are people in the land, in the area around the studio where we do our circles, who also show up, who may just see the light of the energy of our healing space and be attracted to it. They, of course, may enter if that's their intention and their need and their desire. It's just that anyone who wants to be disruptive isn't allowed to come in. We also find sometimes that individuals show up who may have recently passed on, but perhaps don't know that they have. And the journey for them, the process for them, is a form of psychopump, which is using the healing energy to help them to recognize that they are no longer physically present and help them to move on to their next great adventure. So that happens too, from time to time. And if you think about it, death is a final healing. It's a way that everything is brought back into balance in a very natural and spiritual way. And so certainly people who have passed or are no longer physical are invited to join in, and we do help them in that process. Usually one of the key leaders finds that they're the ones who actually facilitate that particular process. If not myself, then one of the other elders in the circle may find that happening for them. After a while then, the drums go away, the bowls come back, and everyone is invited to just really be with the energy and just, again, letting everything go and relaxing into the change that they may feel already in the context of their experience. Then we bring the healing space back into the room, and we systematically return it to its natural state of source. And then we go around and we rattle everybody again to help seal the experience, and then we have an opportunity to share or ask questions and that sort of thing, pretty much as we do at the end of all of our journey circles. So I hope that if you're in the Austin area, you come by and you join us sometime for one of these shamanic healing circles, or if you're passing through on the proper day, then please feel free to come and join us. We would welcome you to do so.